Hello and welcome back everyone. Paul Trani here, going to dive into Creative Cloud Express, how to build your online presence. So yeah, we are going to dive in, make a logo, make a brand, build out an online presence in, in this case I actually have an hour, just so you know. And we're going to help someone else that kindly offered their brand for us to recreate, which will be super cool. So let's kind of dive into this person and their project. And I want to welcome everybody as well. Michelle, thank you. Anne, Steve, audio and video is good. Val's in the house. Yes. Froja, cool. Mike, second. Yes, these hours go by way fast. So yeah, we're going to tackle another whole other company, right? Still using Creative Cloud Express, but this is going to be hardcore because that's how we roll. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put my little headphone in and we'll give it a listen.
All right, so my business name is Rosalinde Clara. I can spell that for you. It's Rosalinde. Clara is Clara. What we sell are repeating patterns for art licensing. And then those patterns are then taken and put on products. And those can be anywhere from fabric to wallpaper to home goods to stationery. I do also sell a little bit of home goods myself with some of our repeating patterns. So those include things like mugs, pillows, blankets, and a little bit of apparel as well. And what I'm looking for in a logo would be something that is luxurious, high-end, and something that is timeless. I'm definitely looking for something that will stand the test of time. Thank you so much.
All right, and we are back. So, yes. Bev, stick around too. I don't know if Rosalinde's with us or not. I should just probably send her another text just so she knows that we're live. But basically, it's Rosalinde Clara. Okay, so she makes repeating patterns, fabric, home goods, wallpaper, stationery, sells mugs, pillows, blankets, apparel, stuff like that. Looking for luxurious, high-end, timeless, stands the test of time. Who doesn't want to be timeless? Just want to live forever with our designs. But I want to share there we go. Her work. So these are her repeating patterns, which are so cool, right? So she'll sell these as patterns, fabrics, sort of like wallpaper, stuff like that. But these are all of her patterns, which are super cool as part of her business. So it all has like, actually, I'd say even a pretty modern look to it. Yeah, just really cool. Okay. And let's take a peek. There she is with her family, which is so nice. And just some more shots that we get to work with. So we get to take inspiration from her products, which is really cool. Here's a pillow, right? And her designs, right? Here's a shirt or a top. Here's another top. And create a logo that sort of exemplifies her and her work and what she's after. So this is really cool. Yes. So here we go. Here we have like the fabrics. Would love this on a notebook or a dress. Yeah, I would too. I mean, look at how good it is. Like, it's interesting. Like, yeah, some patterns are like, yes, that would be good on my wall, but I wouldn't wear it. Like, so I think each one of these serves a purpose. Some of them just definitely cross over. Like, look at how bright and cool this one is. So anyways, getting inspiration. Let's kind of knock out a logo for her. She's been busy being the artist creating these, and let's like make something fun for her in Creative Cloud Express. Just started freelancing. Obitsam. Sweet. All right, here we are. Rosalinde. Rosalinde Clara. That is the name of her company. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm literally using Creative Cloud Express And all I did is I went to the text tool and selected add your text. If I take a step back, by the way, I'll just call this Rosa, for instance. You literally start just by going to express.adobe.com, click right here, and then just start creating a logo or a flyer or anything that you want. We have these additional categories, by the way, these quick actions, which are really cool. So you could jump in and convert something to a GIF if you want to, merge videos together, change the speed, convert to MP4, like all this fun stuff, right? You just need a ping file, like these are all your quick actions you can do, which I think is super cool. But again, we're just doing a logo. You could change your format at any time. Yeah, that's how that works. And then once you start working, it's going to appear in your projects. So here it is, Rosalinde Clara. All right. You're thinking of a combo of iconography and wordmark, maybe. Good call, by the way. Yeah. Where my mind initially goes, and we'll just take this, we'll put it up here. It's going to get messy, folks. Are you ready to get messy? This is going to get messy, and it's going to get a lot of fun. Right? Yeah, we might have this this font. I actually kind of want to jump in here. There we are. Let's type that in. I could easily see this as we go in here. So again, wants it to be timeless. So this is the content I'm going to keep in mind. Luxurious, high-end, timeless. Right? So luxurious. I'm going to go into more fonts. And I know creating a logo isn't picking a font. It's a starting point. But what's luxurious? Ooh, luxury. There's even a section called luxury. Boom. There we are. Right? It's so much more than this, by the way, as you hopefully know. But this still might be a good place to start, right? Scrolling through these. Oh, yeah. Like this. I love esones. So nice. Let's duplicate that. Let's go back in there again and get inspiration from more fonts. Still working in the luxury section. Dulcinea. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don Quixote's dream girl. Super nice. Like, this is already way better than this. What is this? This says, come in and grab a bite to eat. We'll make you a sandwich in like no time flat. That's what this font says. Right? No, we're not making sandwiches. We're talking high-end, elegant, just like I saw a lot of contemporary, trendy going on there. So again, that's why this isn't going to work, but we could still go in and pick some more fonts as well. Oh, Rosalinde's here. Do you go by Roz? Because can I just say that's a really cool nickname as well. Okay. So again, cursive and calligraphic also says high-end to me. I love the type of script fonts that have as many flourishes as possible, right? This beloved script, right? This, so good, so nice, right? So we already have some really good things that we can work with, but we could go beyond this as well. I'm going to take this. You know, we could play with the font. We could take this. We could duplicate this. Let's do this really fast. Hey, Paul, how about you just stop talking and design? Make it happen. Just make something cool, Paul. Right? Can it be something kind of like, do we kind of lock those together? Right? Start to lose the fact that this is a C. So I almost need a different type of script font. Oh, Alana. Again, we're just playing around. Thank you so much for joining me this fine Monday as we work in Creative Cloud Express. Notice that I'm actually working right here in Creative Cloud Express, but I could also just as easily be in the mobile app, right? So, there we go. Here I am, like on the mobile app, I could do the exact same thing. So just kind of keep that in mind. You could work sort of mobilely. I find it's a little bit easier for everybody to see when I'm live streaming if I just work in the browser. But I could always jump in here and start working with my text. As well. Cool. We got it going on. You know when I'm really designing is when I start getting quiet. So, anyways, still playing with this, right? A lot needs to happen. We're just working on a couple different ideas, right? Here's the R and the C. I can consider taking those, maybe grabbing a circle from icons, and maybe I use this. It's like, oh no, I don't want this to be on top of everything. But I can click right in here. These are my layers. I can take this and move that down to the bottom. And there we have that. Shrink that up. Adjust accordingly. Change the color. Let's just go with black and white. Again, just working on ideas here. Okay, cool. All right, zoom out, zoom out. Right, there we have. Again, I was just kind of riffing off of this text, which I really like. Like, maybe the large format, and let me select all of these really fast. Group them together. Sort of, you could have this font. Let's duplicate it. Get rid of this. Oh, by the way, we're going to make more than just a brand. We are going to make, we're going to dive in and make like a web page and stuff. So there's a lot I need to do. But I separated these out on 2 different lines just so we can kind of more closely create a type lockup right here. So it could literally be like both of these. Could be something like this along with something like this. Like this could be the sort of like larger format, and this is your bug version that gets used everywhere. Because chances are, since she's making patterns, right, she's going to be placing these on a lot of complex backgrounds, and that's why this sort of logo would work, okay? And like I pointed out earlier, like all of those designs, yeah, let's get inspiration from it. Let's go ahead and upload. Rosalinde, thank you so much for sending all these to me. They're so cool. Like grabbing those, dropping them in. So we have these as like inspiration for our logo that we're working on. Okay, so that's the idea. All these beautiful, such awesome pieces. So cool. Rosalinde, totally into them. They are our inspiration. Yeah. Cool. Cool. And cool. I love them, right? So now we're getting somewhere, okay? For some of these, we could be a little bit more playful. So let's try this. You like the top font? I do too, Val. I really do. I think this one's like really, I think this one's really strong. I like it better written out here than I do right here. Like here it gets a little bit like giddy up. And I love this one. I love all the just the smoothness of all this. But I did use two different fonts, by the way. So I used two different fonts. But the thing is these are both, of course, they're both sort of handwritten fonts or script fonts. The key thing is they have the same thickness of stroke, right? So yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, so let's think about this. We could even take RC here. Let's just take this. Let's duplicate it. We'll go over here. And I don't know why I'm really into staggering these, but I am. Go figure. But we'll do something similar. And we'll show you why this second one might be a little stronger. Again, we're going with elegant. Let's take a circle. Right, here's our circle. We'll send it to the back, shrink it down, and in this case, I want to, actually this is what I want to do. I don't want this one. I want like this one here. There we go. I just wanted to have a circle sort of outline. Like this. This is what I'm going for. Right. So we're kind of getting somewhere. If I wanted to manipulate this some more, you know, there's some stuff I can do off to the side. I could also download the PDF, and I have access to all that vector data, so I can open that up in Illustrator. But what I think would be cool is to, if we really want to emphasize these patterns, we could take, you know, this pattern, for instance, and let's duplicate it. And then let's crop it. So we could turn around and crop it, and we can crop it to shapes. So I could jump in here, click right here, and now it is a circle. Okay, so that's what I want. Hit that little checkbox. Actually, let's go back in. Let's do that one more time. Crop shape. Increase the size, by the way, like that, and now crop it. Because this could be the background. So part of the pitch for this logo is that you're replacing the inside of the circle with whatever pattern or fun thing that you want to work with, right? So that's kind of the idea behind this one. Kind of connecting these, making sure these still read as an R and a C, and that's kind of what I have there so far. I don't know, just thoughts. All right, Michelle's into it. So, okay, you like the stagger. And you know, I'm not coming up with this, like, look at Louis Vuitton and all those big fancy brands out there. I would still go through that whole process that I talked about earlier. You know, tell us about your business, your target audience, your competitors. That could be around your design personality. Like, what, you know, you could go on and on about their design preferences. You know, if your company was a high-end clothing brand, what would it? If your company was a movie, what movie would it be? Yeah, just silly questions. If it was a restaurant, what restaurant would it be? These are all very insightful questions that you're going to use as ammo back at them later on when you actually show them the design. So, anyways, here's another thing I was thinking about. Like, let's do some design. Let's duplicate this. There's more than just the letters that we can work with. As I take a look at a lot of this, yeah, there's flowers in here, right? Yeah, flowers. This is why Rosalinde and I will get along swimmingly. So, for sure. So I can think about, like, maybe I go with a really straightforward font. So let's just go back in here. We're going to change this from, you know, Dulcinea to something else. It'll still be something elegant is what I'd want to do. So we'll work on that in a second. We'll go into icons. We'll change this to flower, right? Do a search. And maybe one of these is potentially the icon that we could drop in with the logo, right? So any one of these, like this. I kind of like this one as an icon. There it is. Change that to black. Move this down. Work it, Paul, work it. Work it. All right. All right, cool. Here's maybe something else fun we can do. Let's take this. Again, this is all part of the process. Take these three, duplicate them. Take this, and yeah, I feel like I'm going to be a little crafty here. Maybe. Let's just go. Just going to grab a square. I can just do a search for a square. I could put this within a square if I want to. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to change this to white. And I don't know. I was thinking of doing something like this. Like maybe just having the flower like peek out from this white piece. Something like that. Again, ideas. I'm full of good and bad ones. I'm full of horrible ideas. You know? And that's okay. Because you know what? When you're working on something and it's not working, you're just learning what not to do. And boy, have I learned what not to do. Right? I just like that kind of peeking out. I think that's kind of fun. I don't know. What do you think? All right. You know what's throwing me is this lame font. Jeez, Paul, what happened? What happened indeed? Let's go back in there to our fonts. We'll go to more fonts. We're still going to go down to luxury and get into these sans serif fonts, which I think are just beautiful. Like Carina Pro, for instance. Like what they're going to have is they have that elegant, just those elegant serifs to them, which is so nice. Copying that name, pasting it right here. Right? But the thing is, if you're adding or using a font, you want your font and your graphics to match. Yeah, it needs fleur-de-lis. Yeah, I was going to show some of those too, which is a good call. The hardest thing about that is spelling it right, correctly. So yeah, I would search for flower. Try to find a flower that just kind of has more, that is more organic, like this one, right? This one kind of just has that more organic look. Sure enough, we could flip that horizontally. We'll change that to black, shrink that down, and move it into place. Work it. I'm trying my best. Duplicating these, moving them over. Oops. I don't know. I just think this works better than this. And this is just a case in point where, you know, make your illustrations. The style of the illustration should match the style of the font. Can you take a flower from her designs? Yeah, that's a good idea as well, Bruce. I love it. right? So that would be the goal. So just pretend like I did that. I absolutely like love this flower. Come on now. That is beautiful. Okay. If you wanted to do that, that's going to be a process, but nothing we can't handle. Because guess what? And again, I'm just doing this to differentiate from the last stream. For those of you who do use Illustrator, this is for people who just use Illustrator. So I apologize if you feel like this is out of scope. Okay. And if you're joining me over on YouTube, I want to say welcome. So right in here, we'll do an image trace. We'll do, see what happens. Black and white logo. There we go. That worked. Let's expand this. Ungroup it. And now we have a lovely flower. So there it is. We want to use actually one of her flowers. There it is. Cool. There you are. Ping file. Flower. All right, so now we can go ahead and use this flower directly from her design. Again, there are no limits. So if you have graphics elsewhere, yeah, do that. Photos, upload photo. Grab that beautiful little flower, and there it is. There we go. Oh, I love this. I think we have a winner. I think this works. And I love it with this font. I don't know about you. I don't know. We'll kind of take a look at both of them, because I think we're really kind of getting it down to a couple winners. But you can see we kind of went through this thought process. Rather than starting to delete everything, what if you want to save some of this content? What you can do is you can always go back out to your projects. Remember, it automatically gets saved, but these can be now my Rosa ideas. So those are all my ideas. And then we will duplicate this, and now we'll have our Rosa logo. I got to make a whole web page, by the way. So we're just going to knock this out really fast and get into some new media. So it'll be fun. All right, good. You guys, sounds like you guys are into it. So that's great to hear. All right. Rosa logo. We're kind of learning what's working, what isn't. Gosh, what is not working in here? Okay, we know this isn't. By the way, you can click and drag, and you can select sort of like all the graphics that you want. I know none of these are working. If it lets me. Yeah, there we go. No. 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 There we go. We're leaning more toward our yeses. I still haven't given up on this font, but I'm really into what we have right here. Selecting these, we will duplicate them. We'll move them over. Get rid of that. Now, let's talk about sort of if you ever replace a letter or a... Yeah, if you ever replace a letter or with a graphic or put something in a word, just like don't do it to the first or last letter. You have to make sure it's legible. So I think something right here, Lind, seems to make sense. So I feel like think about the letters that you could almost go without and you'll still you'll still understand like what it means. Maybe something like that. We'll just do that. I think that looks pretty good. Kind of balanced, kind of off center. So I'm kind of liking this. So I don't know what you guys think. Like, I'm kind of liking that. So guess what? We're gonna go with it. What is the flower with this? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay, so let's do that, because that's one thing I kind of wanted to work on. That's why I left this font up here, because I'm like, is this too much for this? The problem I currently have. Hey, let's try it. You know, do we take this and is it like rotated and at an angle? Do we have the thickness correct for the matching the text with the graphic? Okay, so Roz, what do you think? Oh yeah, Rosalind, you are the boss, by the way. You are the boss at this point. Just like I did for the last session, we can go ahead and give you like 2 different options right in here. So let's do that. Wait for it. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward the script font. Okay, so the big question is for your client, you know, whether you give them 2 options or not, is totally up to you. Let's click here, layer order. Let's move to bottom. I don't know, I'm just playing with things. I'm just playing around, everybody. Glad you like it. Can you please, yeah, you can't do clipping masks. You can for imagery, right? But yeah, not for other things. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still not ready to delete this one, but you know what? Let's just delete it. There we go. We have these 2. And again, the case of which one do you like? And let's move on because we're 30 minutes in. One. Again, duplicate, bring this over here. 2. There we go. Let's share it right up at the top. So again, publishing it is what we're doing. We could actually share to let maybe another designer work on this if we wanted to. But in this case, I just kind of want you guys to be able to see it. You can send it to the client this way if you want to. It's totally up to you. So Roz, you are the boss. So, and again, this is not... There we go. Rosalind, which one do you like? You are the art director. It is, well, you're the client, but you're the boss, basically. So which one do you like? Which one speaks to you? I usually like serif fonts, but the script and the angled flower look really nice together. All right. Rosalinde. Sounds like you're going with this one. Sounds like number 1 is winning. Steve likes number 2. Everybody gets a vote. Even though it's just for fun. Oh, yeah, okay. So, like, yeah, Steve's kind of throwing out some different ideas. Italic on number 2, potentially. This is still a really strong font, though, by the way. Like, I'm just really into it. So we have some strong contenders. Yeah. Alrighty. Keep reading. Oh, that's a good call. I keep reading Clark on the script. Oh, good call. That's a good call, too. You keep reading Clark. Ah, thank you so much. I think that's actually good feedback. That I would have to kind of work on. Yeah, maybe remove the leaf. Yeah. Again, great feedback. Yes, thanks, Anne. You're right on the nose. Like, yeah. I think I'm gonna leave it as is, just because I don't have time to like remove the leaf and create a web page, seeing as I only have 20 minutes. But yeah, I could just as easily do that. We'll kind of leave this here. On the last day, I think the last day pushes it too far over. But we'll just go with this one. Does that work? Reverb Mike's like, leave the leaf. Okay. I get it. Let's jump back out to our projects. Remember, this is our 2 of our logos. So this is actually 2 Rosa logos. Just take this, duplicate it, and we'll just call this Rosa logo. And this will be the cleaned up version. But good call. I'm so glad we had somebody with fresh eyes. Like, you need somebody with fresh eyes being able to look at this and just to tell you that you've misspelled a word. How many people have done that? You'll work on a design and somebody will come by and be like, you know, you misspelled that word on that design that you've been working on for 45 minutes to an hour. We've all been there. And it's not that we're idiots. It's just, you know, it's a design element. So bear with us. So there it is. That's what I'll do. I'll go with something like that. That looks nice. From there, I could always download it, right? As a ping file is what I'm going to do. But I can make it a PDF and bring that PDF into Illustrator and manipulate it all you want as well. Okay. Also, I kind of want to do this too. You know, I would probably do like an alternate version as well. So let's just duplicate this one. Logo. This would be the logo bug, for instance. So we just make a nice little logo bug because I know I'm going to make a web page, like or part of a video. Like they already know that it's Rosalinde Clara. Like, so at the end, you don't really need to spell it out, but just like do like an alternate version of it. Maybe it has the RC. That's where I'm leaning. Maybe it just has the flower. But anyways, just something to think about as we dive into this. You know, do we just do... I don't know. Something like that. I don't know, people. Man, I just work here. I don't know if it's working. I don't know. I've been staring at it too long. Right, but we'll just go with this. It's just a nice little design element. Could be a little bug. Can work anywhere. Maybe I'll make it a little bit larger. There it is. Okay, is that good? Okay, good. Sounds like we're all in agreement. Fantastic. That is awesome. Notice also, if you wanted to play with any of these graphics, we're going to get into more of that actually. I'm going to leave that alone because I think we have this almost done. We're going to be mindful of that font. Let's see if Beloved. Okay, well, anyways. So there we have that. Let's go back out. We have our logo bug. Let's go ahead and make a brand real fast. We'll do this very easily. Create brand. That's why I saved out those two ping files, because we could jump in and upload your logo. There it is. Rosa logo. Pick your color. This is something we actually haven't talked about, but notice that we have all of these amazing designs. So all of these amazing colors. I would take this one right here, by the way. This is where I probably pull my colors from, something like this. She uses a lot of the same colors, but right in here I can go ahead and pick this like teal color, right? And take that hex color and use it right in here. Paste, save, okay? So there's that teal color. And then the font, pick the font. It's nice that I could actually change my font later as well. So I will point out something just so you know, not all the fonts are available. You can always add your own. So you could always upload a font, but not the entire Adobe Fonts library is currently not in here. It's totally fine for me because I'm just going to pick this like Wanderlust font. We'll click next. Rosa branding or style guide, whatever you want to call it. But we can actually, that's not all, because at this point, this is where you can start to add more colors. So do that. Go in here. There we are. But notice what I'm doing is I'm actually using obviously her colors from her design. I'm like, how could she not like it? It's not like, Roz, you're not going to turn around and say, Paul, I don't like those color combos together. Because I'm like, hey, they came from your design. So, anyway, just picking some colors that are going to get used everywhere in a bit. Okay, cool. Done. Body Proximity Manova. Sure, why not? We created it. The Rosa branding. Done. Oh, you'd want to see something a little bit different? Cool, yeah. I mean, I think these colors, you know, whether they work for a brand versus work as a pattern is still like a very valid question, right? We could always work on that later. All right, so we could jump in here and we could say, hey, you know what? Create a fly. We could create anything that we want. I wanted to create something even bigger than this, but I do want to show you how these brands are being used. We'll go into flyer. We will do, what would we do? Like sale. Let's just type in sale. Find the one we want right in here. Here's one. Yeah, let's use that. Mega sale. Whatever. So there, it doesn't look like much. I'm going to go back out because I keep on forgetting to do this. Because right in here, under brands, notice how this has a star, because for my last session, this was the brand that I had identified. But right down here, I want this to be the default brand. So let's make this the default brand. So now when I make whatever I want, I could apply it. Cool. So yeah, Roz, I don't know what you think, because I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sold on the colors either. I think they need some work, but I think you'll forgive me, right? In fact, let's see what these colors look like in this design. Let's click to apply that brand. And it's actually applying those different colors. A lot of, there we go. A lot of that teal color. And black, apparently. Right? But you can see what it did right up here. It dropped in that logo, too, so we can see that logo. And the font that I chose. Remember, I chose Wanderlust, and that's the font that's actually being used. Okay? Let's actually go back out. And I want to go back into this brand. And I want to pick a different, there we go, like just a different headline font, like Belfort script. Just trying a different font. And you can go through different font pairings. There we go. Okay. Go back into that project, and I'm going to see if it changes it. So we go to design, clicking right here. This is where we apply our brand. You can see it did change it based on that new font. Again, what's one thing I've said is like, you know what? You don't want to have you don't ever want to have a cursive font in all caps, right? But again, we could easily change that like so, and I think this looks better. Cool. Guess what? We want to bring in her graphics, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Photos. Let's grab some of her great work out here as well. Oh yeah, let's grab this one. This one, when I bring it in, it should ask me, wait for it, if I want to put it in the background or if I want it to freely like float on the design. And I want to make it, make sure it's in the background is the idea. Okay, we'll wait for it. This is a very large image, so give me 1 second. Come on, little guy. All right. Rosalinde, if you have any of your work, maybe if you want to drop in your... Yeah, I do like this font pairing as well. Maybe your Instagram, that would be good. Sorry, I don't know why this is taking so long. In fact, it's probably my fault. Let's take a look. Out here, I probably grabbed the largest image. Let's take a look at this one. No, it is not that big, actually. I don't know why this is taking so long, but anyways, we'll let it do its thing. Let's say while that is working, we could actually jump out to a different browser and just start a whole new project. So out here, I'm going to grab a web page and make a whole web page right in here. Wait for it. Adding beauty to the world, one pattern at a time. Cool. There we are. Let's click right here. Hey, yeah, let's add a photo and upload one of these beautiful photos. It's just a nice pattern. There we are. Okay, cool. So this is a web page, which is really fun. So we're going to have this big sale. So if she has a big sale for, I don't know, for whatever reason. That's what this is. But right down here, we can add some more text. So we'll jump in here. Actually, let's not even do that. Let's click right here. Let's add some products. So right in here, we can say, hey, you know what? Let's add like a photo grid, right? So this is where we add our photos to our photo grid. We can grab, say, a number of these products if we want to. There they are. Just uploaded all of these photos that are part of our photo grid, right? Once they're in here, I should be able to move them around. Yeah, here we go. So move backward, move forward. If I want to break these up, let's actually move these backward. So that one's up here, and just kind of mix it up so it looks like, you know, so they know it's not just a bunch of pillows. Get down there. There we go. Mix it up. Hit save. There we are. We have our Rosalinde Clara adding beauty to the world, one pattern at a time. Here's our products, by the way. You could always edit those. In fact, right above that, we can add some text. So we'll throw some text in here. We'll call this, you know, view our products, something like that. Okay. Click H1. Remember, H1 came from, I can't believe this is still loading. H1 came from our brand. So right in here, we could always update this, but it's pulling from that particular font. So view our products, that's all I'm doing, something like that. Scrolling down, start to add some more images. Let me upload one more really fast. Let's do this one. It's more horizontal. And when you add an image in here, we could have it in line, which is what it is now. We could have it fill the screen, which is what we want to do when we really want to showcase a pattern. Okay. Or we could, you know, do like a window. And a window is kind of like what it is up here. This first one's kind of more like a window. But I like how it kind of breaks it up. And you can still add a caption. So this could be fall in Japan or something. Whatever she wants to call this pattern, that's what we would do. We drop that in there. We also have a glide show, so you could add a few background photos. So again, same process. Let's grab these four, upload them. We would give them names. Okay. And now we have this glide show. So we have this product page, this little sample, and then this glide show where we could have this say, you know, spring in Colombia, whatever. I'm just making up names for your products, right? But that's what we're doing. It's going to scroll through. This is abstract, you know, sort of like modernist art deco. You guys get the idea. Cool. But isn't this easy? Like, if you wanted it to be harder, I don't know what to tell you. This is, of course, spring in the mountains of Colorado. You get the idea. There you go. Check it out. You can preview it. Bam, we get this preview link that it's making right now. But this is how she can go ahead and sort of advertise any sort of sale that she's having, right? So, again, this is a landing page that we knocked out in 10 minutes that she can add to, and she could really, you know, share with anyone that she wants, which I think is super cool. And you could actually customize the URL if you wanted to go through that process. But yeah, that's how this works. Isn't that cool? I thought it was kind of cool. Oh, the glide show. I like that name. It's a glide show. It's like works out really well, right? But again, that's just one product. So we could jump back out here. We'll go to our one project, and there it is. Here's our web page, right? Here's the invitation for her sale. Here's her web page for the sale. Here's her logos. And I think we did quite a bit in an hour. So thank you so much, Voodoo Val. You were too kind. Rosalinde, hopefully you liked this as well. I thought it was pretty fun to work on. I think actually what we made when it came down to the logo was really really pretty sharp. And why is it sharp? Because it's your artwork. That's what makes it so good. All right. But again, super cool. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging in there and for joining me today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and all that stuff. Would love to hang out with you more. And also, if you're out there on Facebook or YouTube, want to say thanks for joining us, Zach and Felix and everyone. So you guys rock, and I appreciate you, Reverb, Mike, and of course everyone else. So thanks for making this a fun day for me. Cool for me. Any day designing is a good day, and especially hanging out with friends. So whether you like it or not, I consider you my friend. You're kind of stuck with me. So I don't know what to tell you. I'll see you all soon. See you Friday for fun Photoshop masterclass. So take care of one another. We will see you all. We'll especially see Rosalinde. I'll submit this to you, and then you can rip it to shreds in private, preferably, would be great. But yes, thank you, Biola. Guys, take care, and we will see you all soon. What we have next, if you're on behance.net/Adobe Live, we're going to be going through an emoji maker, which sounds like a lot of fun. And don't forget about Draw This in Your Style with Kyle Webster, too, and Cody Bear. How cool is that? Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.